Okay, guys, this is reading number 6, last one for today, Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. This is a fun one. As you can tell, this is the love deck. This is someone we know that is single and looking. And like I hinted, this is a good one. So I'm going to show you around the spread. The bottom card is Death. Now, again, this is representative, and this is an interesting one. Follow me here. Crossed by Justice, which is always fun. We got the Four of Cups above. We have the Four of Wands behind. We have the Knight of Cups below. And in front of us, the Hierophant. Our line down the side is going to be the Ace of Swords, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Stars. So, what does everyone notice? 2 men, okay? Our major arcana, here, 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 2 here, and here. And we have some 4s. 4s are usually representative of family. Happiness, joy, get together, that sign. Blah, 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 that kind of thing. Can I talk today? Let's see. All right, so let's jump right in. Okay. Since I can speak to the person, and I know her rather well, I should say, I'm going to say that this fits quite well, especially as it comes to love. Death, you have to change. We do. In order to move forward, we have to understand that there's loss. Obviously not of ourselves completely, but of the parts of ourselves that we need to leave behind and shed. Notice she's taking her mask off in the picture in order to recoup and move forward. That certainly speaks to her. She's crossed by Justice, and Justice is great, except that Justice is a little bit of a biznitch. What do I mean by that? Well, she's tough. Talk about tough love. Justice is the one that keeps things in check. Some people would even say she is the embodiment of karma. You know what I mean? We don't always understand Justice, because we expect fairness and harmony, but that's not always what justice is, let's be honest. So that might be an interesting cross if she doesn't change. It's kind of like, well, if you want what you want, you're going to have to do the work to get what you want. That makes sense for this person in particular. All right, Four of Wands. You know I'm a fan of wands. What do the wands represent? The wands represent the spiritual realm. Again, 4 is family, 4 is particularly happiness and satisfaction. In the broads, it talks about community. So that would be family, friends, all that wonderful jazz that's behind you, supporting you, which absolutely is true. Gracious. All right, Cups. Emotions. Yeah, it's kind of boring. But it's important to know that you kind of have that support. Again, the 4 is the family, the 4 is the opportunity, the hope. Not necessarily very exciting to have a bunch of 4s, but it's good to have that kind of love and support, especially if you know what you're looking for. Okay, moving forward. All right, we're going to jump into the men because, you know, they're men. That's the point of the reading, right? Okay, so you'll notice we don't have kings. We have knaves. Knaves are a mark of immaturity, I would say, and it speaks to people that don't have kids yet, basically. People that may not have had the experience of being married, that may not have had the experience of a long-term relationship like, you know, those of us divorced mothers may have. So looking for someone with a little less experience on the relationship forefront, okay? The Knight of Cups, man, he's a good-looking young man if you ask me. But the difference here is obviously the Cups and the Pentacles, right? So we're talking feelings and money. And we got to be honest, people. If it ever came between feelings and money, I know which one most of us is picking. Which is why he's on the bottom of the back end of this list. It speaks to the nice guys that we step on and then overlook in our search for permanence, basically, if we're going to be honest. I'm sorry, Mr. Knight of Cups. I'm not quite sure who you are, but I feel for you, man. Okay. Hierophant. Why did I say this is not a person? This is, again, one of those cards that could have its own mini-series. The interesting part of the Hierophant. Okay. The order of the cards goes the Fool, the Magician, the Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant. So he is the cohort to the Priestess. All right. And why is he so low down? Because he's the authority. He is in charge of making the rules, the relief, the tolerance that rules may bring, but also the little bit of the strictness that the rules may bring. So that's certainly going to be a theme, I would assume, in the search. Why is this not a person? Because it's not. Major Arcana are very rarely people. So I'll leave that at that. Okay. One of Swords. Ace of Swords. Sorry, this deck's a little bit different. Oh, I call this guy Papa Roach, by the way. I know they're scarab beetles, but I don't care. I totally call him Papa Roach. So Ace of Swords. Again, the swords is the duality, right? So it's a bit of a challenge, but more importantly, swords, the ace of everything is the highest. So we're talking about the reason, the law, the balance, the duality. Our kind of experience in having to decide between do I cut you or forgive you? You know, that sort of thing. The Fool. Again, the Fool is the beginning and the end. It is the beginner's mind with the knowing that there isn't the ability to know everything. It is one of the most confusing cards in the deck, and most people perceive it to either be the highest and best of the cards or the lowest and least of the cards. And the truth is that it's both. It is the understanding that we know so little of things, while knowing that even while we know everything, when you know everything, you realize how little you know. Why is that important? Because I don't think there's anybody that knows everything about love. There's not. We can't possibly. We can know the kind of love that we feel for our friends. We can know the kind of love that we feel for our pets. We can know the kind of love that we feel for our children, for our parents, for our friends. We can have different kinds of loves in relationship, but we can't know all love. So, be kind to yourself with your authoritative figure and realize that we don't know everything. There are indeed different kinds of loves, and it's always nice when they have money. But that's not the answer. This, my friends, is the answer. Say hello to the stars. In this deck, it is actually called the stars. In a lot of decks, it is simply the star. We take that as a sign? Take everything as a sign. The star is the other half of the moon. You know, it's not the sun, it's the star. The stars represent enlightenment and love and wholeness and hope and dreams, and it is an extremely, extremely, extremely favorable omen. It talks to enlightenment and spiritual growth and just all sorts of fantastic, happy stuff. Now, why can't you have that with him? I don't know. Maybe you have to realize you're an idiot while you step on the nice guy and then get to the guy with money. Is it a bad answer? No, it's a nice answer. It's a very nice answer. And you know what? Honestly, neither of these may be Mr. Perfect. But you never know until you try. So have fun trying number 6. And please let me know how it goes. I want pictures and details. Love you guys. Bye.